Hi, this is Michael once again, trying to figure out different ways to practice. Reading an article yesterday by Jermaine Griggs. He's talking about using the number system, and that's what I've been trying to learn for a while, and just want to go over some things that I picked up over time, and also some new things that clicked yesterday by reading the article. He talks about the B in the key of C. He talks about setting each scale degree as a number. C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, the B is 7, and back to C is 8 or 1. And what he's talking about is setting those as numbers so that when you're playing progressions or chord patterns, you can use those. So, and that also corresponds with the circle of fifths, which I will talk about shortly. But for example, if I'm going to play the 1, then I have to play some kind of C chord, C, E, and G in my right hand to correspond with that. And also, as I've been learning in the on the GMT site, is necessarily in my right hand. This is probably just something I'm just going to mention now. I don't have to put that C here because it's here, so I can open up the chord a little wider. Yeah, I can use a D, but I'll probably put the D up here. The E, G, the B, that give me my major 7th. Or I can add that D for the 9th. Or if it's easier, I can put it down here. And as far as a pattern, so like I said, in the key of C, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the key of C, but that's where I'm stuck at right now. But I'll get to that a little later too. Say a 2, 5, 1. It'd be a 2, 5, 1, so that I know that my 2 is a D chord, 5 is a G chord, and back to my 1. So it would be, see if I can get it. I may have missed that one note, but excuse me for that. So it's 2, 5, 1. Okay, but what clicked yesterday is about using the circle of fifths in the practice session. I don't know if you can see that. You can search Jermaine's site. He talks about the circle of fifths a lot, and you can get an understanding of what I'm talking about here. But basically, if you can see, I tried to color code it, and the yellow you can't see as much, but the yellow is actually the key tone. So for example, up here I'm in the key of C. My orange is my 2, which is D. My 5 is my is green, which is G, and my key tone, which is yellow, which is a C. That's my 2, 5, 1, and it's in that order on the circle of fifths or the circle of fourths, and that's a good way to practice it. Now if I go down to, say, a lot of people like to play in the key of A flat. Hopefully I got it written correctly. But the A flat here, a B flat is my 2, E flat is my 5, and back to my A flat for my 1. And that all corresponds with how the notes are set up on the circle of fifths or circle of fourths, depending on what direction you go. But I'm gonna say fifths. And I think once I get into this, it'd be a good way to practice. For example, if I was to choose a key I will choose I'll choose F, because I know Jermaine uses, not Jermaine, but JP, Jonathan Powell, uses F a lot, I believe. So F, it shows me here that my 2 is G, my 5 is going to be C, and then my F is going to be my 1. So if I know the chord for G, excuse me, G, B, D, I know the chord for C, C, E, G, and then I know the chord for F, F, A, C. Then I can play the 2-5-1 in the key of F. It's let me go. G, 2-5-1 in F is G, C, F. Excuse me. So once again, and to make it a little easier, you can also play inversions to make it flow, I guess, smoother. It depends on how comfortable you are with where the notes are and how close you can hit the notes. For example, I'll go back to C real quick. 2-5-1 in C, and what I'm going to try to use is what they called I can't think of the actual term for it, but it's basically using inversions to stop you from jumping, you know. Oops. So using inversions to stop you from doing all that jumping. So if I'm at 2-5-1 in C, my F, and I know I have to go to G, and that is G, B, D. I'm already on D, so why not just leave it there, take my F up, excuse me, take that F up to G, and take that A up to B, got a G chord. Okay, now I'm going to my 1, and I'm already on a G here, and take my D up to E, and take my B up to C. That's my G chord. So that's another way of doing it. So I'm going to end this for now. Any comments would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.